moved around quite a bit early on, and then I grew up mainly in South Florida. That's where I really got involved in athletics, and the running is really where I ended up excelling. And throughout my high school career, I earned 4 state titles in the 800 and 2 state titles in the 4x800 meter relay. I also grew up watching my mom compete. She ran marathons, she did triathlon, and she was a hard worker. Seeing how disciplined she was in sport, and then also with her and my dad both being Marines, I mean, they raised me to have a certain work ethic. You give your very best at everything that you do. Don't make excuses and press in and get the job done. So that's the mentality that's really shaped who I am. I carried on with that work ethic throughout high school, and I really focused, of course, on my academics, but through that, I was able to earn a full scholarship to run at Baylor University, where I competed for 4 years with all conference, all region, all American, and even qualified for the Olympic trials in 2008. And I ended up getting sick my senior year with mono and a vitamin D deficiency, and so it just wiped me out. I took a full year off of running. Through that year, I became fairly depressed, because something that was kind of ingrained in who I was taken away. And I ended up gaining about 50 pounds in 1 year, and just was not in a good place at all. Then there was one day, I just had this light bulb moment. I can do whatever I want to do if I just set my mind to do it. So I gave myself a strict nutrition plan, a strict exercise plan, and I got to work. Within a few months, I really saw the weight starting coming off. I actually did a triathlon in Waco. It went well, and I was like, well, I'm gonna start doing this triathlon thing. I started training for triathlon, and then I had a bicycle accident and fractured my shoulder, which led to surgery. And at that point, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be able to swim, but I can ride a bicycle. So I started racing my bike, and then within 3 years, I moved up from amateur ranks to the pro ranks and competed across the country for a year. Well, in one of my races, I was going downhill over 40 miles an hour, flipped over my bike, and fractured my back in a few places. So at that point, I was like, I'm gonna heal up, and I'm gonna focus on my career in public health, my marriage, and maybe I can still compete just at a local level, just have fun. I quickly realized that my desire to compete was still there, and I didn't really like this idea of being done with pursuing a professional career in sport, because that's something that I dreamed about ever since I was little. Within that year, I ended up earning 3 national titles in duathlon and qualified for my elite racing license. Training as a pro triathlete, it's pretty intense. Triathletes say nutrition is like the 4th discipline. You have swimming, biking, and running. Physically, it's tough to make sure that you're recovering properly, getting the rest you need, getting the hydration you need, getting the food you need. I learned about hydration health, and that product has been incredibly helpful in this journey. I mean, I can tell my energy levels are better going from one workout to the next. I can tell that I'm not cramping as much. And so having a product that helps replace the electrolytes that I lose helps keep me on top of my game. I've also found that it helps me sleep better too. When I go to bed at night, it can be hard to go to sleep after a hard day when your muscles are just aching. But having quality nutrition help carry me through the night, and then you waiting for me there in the morning to get me going has been really helpful. I'm Danielle Dingman, professional triathlete, and I'm on Team Hydration Health.